Hey, welcome to the Overshare Pamphlet. My name is Robin. I'm the host of this one-man show, coming to you every Monday, 6 a.m. UK time. And today's a big situation, I think, because I've never sort of like reviewed a concert before, like a live performance. But this is what we're gonna do because I think this necessarily like leads into a bigger discussion about this specific artist, and I'm of course talking about Lana Del Rey, as you can read from the title of the episode. But I went this past Thursday to the Lana Del Rey 2025 tour, and I have a lot of thoughts. I had a lot of thoughts even before going to the actual concert, and after attending the concert, I even have more thoughts to share, I think. Some positive, some negative, but overall, I think what I want to talk about specifically is just how I feel about the whole, show, I guess, being quote unquote underwhelming, and the whole discussion on the internet about whether she's just like being lazy or just doing the bare minimum for the fans, or other people just like trying to justify that and saying that it's actually perfectly Lana, and it's like what really distinguishes from the other artists and yada yada yada, and she's an artistic genius or whatever. And so what were my thoughts actually before, well, actually when I bought the tickets to the album, to the tour. I bought the tickets back in, I actually can't believe, I can't even remember when I bought these, but I bought these tickets ages ago, like probably half a year ago, probably something like that, or it must have been the beginning of this year. I can't remember. But either way, the reason why I bought them and I was so quick to buy them was because she also announced at the same time a new album that was supposed to come out in May 2025, and guess what? It never fucking came out. It never did. We had no rescheduled date for the album. Nothing was announced. We only had 2 official singles from the album, or at least from what it was supposed to be. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that. If it's still going to be like going in that direction, in the country direction, whatever is going to happen to that, I don't know. No clue. Nothing really is clear with Lana. But again, we'll get to back to this topic because this is in typical Lana fashion. Like, she's done this before with like Blue Bannisters, for example. I remember where she changed the release date several times and the cover art and all that stuff. And yeah, so like, it's nothing new. She usually does this before with almost every single release that she has. She changes dates or details or anything that is sort of in that department. But so I think for me specifically, I wanted to definitely see Lana live, but in a new fashion. I've never seen Lana Del Rey live ever, to be fair, and that sort of played into my desire to watch her live. She's one of my most streamed artists. I've listened to her since forever, and I did want to like see her live at least once in my life. So that, coupled with news of a new album, I've seen all of her stages and her performances online, all of it. I know her set lists and all that stuff, and I knew already what usually she does on live stages, and I was very excited. And I also saw the Coachella performance that she did, and I was like, still interested in seeing it, although she was still playing a very sparse set list. And so, with all that in mind, and with the expectation of at least a new album and some new songs to be added to the mix, I was quite interested in seeing her live and quite excited. And so I bought the tickets, and I bought, tickets that were like, honestly, quite pricey, I guess, or pricey in the sense that this is a stadium tour, by the way, so they are in a range that you would expect tickets like Beyonce's tickets or Taylor Swift's tickets or any sort of stadium tour to cost. Same exact price range, nothing extremely different in that department. So I paid the money willingly. So I'm not complaining about that. But I mean, as expected, I guess. It wasn't really that unexpected, but her album never came out. We had no, as I said, no indication of when it would come out, and still we don't know. We don't know whether it will come out at all at this point or whatever. But the tour still went ahead, and I still did go basically in the end. So when I was getting closer to the tour itself, I was like feeling like, to my date specifically, I was feeling very, you know, uninspired and like pretty much, I would say, not interested anymore in like going. And I was, trying to motivate myself by saying like, well, look, I've never seen her live anyways, so might as well just go and listen to her usual set list and whatever. Like, all that is just, for nothing. Still fine. I also already paid the money. I could have gotten my money back by reselling the ticket. I was actually really considering reselling the ticket at a certain point. But I guess what sort of like really motivated me to go in the end was when she announced her openers, and I had the pleasure to see Addison Rae live, and that changed the whole reasoning to why I was going. It was no longer specifically for Lana, but it was more like, I'm gonna take this off my list, seeing Lana live, but also I am going to have the opportunity to see Addison Rae live for the first time and seeing her perform her debut album, which is, all the rage these days between the kids. So I was, and it's quite telling, to be fair, like in a way, if you need to be motivated by an opening artist to go and see the artist that you bought the tickets for. So yeah, I indeed went to the concert. I did go and see her live, and I chose not to look specifically too much into the set list itself to avoid depressing myself. But eventually, I did look into it, and to my non-surprise, I guess, the whole set list came down to only 90 minutes, with also Lana coming on stage at like around 9 or something. So like a very prolonged stage for nothing, basically, because Addison went on stage at 7 and she finished at like 7:30ish, something like that. And so we had a whole hour and a half roughly to just dilly dally and do nothing. So we went back inside with my friends. We just like started drinking, eating some stuff, and like, we spent a whole hour and a half just waiting for this concert to actually properly start, only to get then like a set list that was again 1 hour and a half long. And so the concert finished at like 10:30 roughly, and she came on stage at like 9:10, 9:20, something like that. So yeah, like it was quite interesting. And plus, I think, overall, I'm not saying she necessarily has to like do a 3 hour long, 3 hour and a half long set like Taylor Swift or like Beyonce or whatever. She doesn't necessarily need to do that, but I do think that at least she could have rounded it up to 2 hours. And I think my other big complaint is the songs that she could have performed could have been much, much more diverse. And considering also the fact that she has a huge catalog, like she now has how many albums does she have? Like 6, I think, something like that. She has a plethora of albums, and a lot of them, even the most recent ones, are very much critically acclaimed, but also loved by the fans. And despite that, and specifically about the latest albums, she sang pretty much nothing. So, yeah. it wasn't really that exciting, I think. I do still think that overall, for seeing her live once in my life, that was pretty much worth it, because, again, it's something that I've always wanted to do, and it's something that I always wanted to experience, and it's fine. But, again, I do feel like there was some sort of, I don't want to call it a scam, but that's sort of what it feels, because to be fair, like the set list literally just includes like a few songs. She has three, I think, two or three covers in the set list, and that's that. Like that's just what it is. She doesn't have much going on. Like she has mostly songs from Born to Die. She has one song from Ultraviolence, one song from Chemtrails. She has what? Two. Well, she has one song from Blue Banisters that she doesn't actually sing. It's a hologram that sings it, and another song, just one song from Norman fucking Rockwell, the title track that she also does not sing live. And in all of this, while she's going away and like while the hologram sings and everything, you're thinking maybe she's changing costumes, she's doing something. No, she was doing absolutely nothing because she came out of there looking the same dress, nothing changed. So it's just coming off as lazy and uninspired and just quite frankly disappointing. And then she sang, of course, Henry Come On, which is the supposedly the single from the new album that's supposed to come out. Not entirely sure. She also did not famously sing the second single that she put out, so I don't even know what that is about. And she ended the tour with a cover of Take Me Home Country Roads, which she also has released as an official version, like not too long ago. So my questions are the following: one, where are the Norman fucking Rockwell songs? Two, where are the Blue Bannister songs? Where are, at least give us two or three songs from each album. I'm not asking for too much. And also, you don't have to play necessarily all the songs like in full length. You can also just sort of, cut them slightly shorter or whatever you want. But give us a bit more. Like, give us something. Give us something. Anything at this point. Because it's just frankly embarrassing, I have to be honest. Like, it's just so weird. Especially because, again, you pay so much money to go to these shows and you get this? Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, like, I am a Norman fucking Rockwell stan and a Blue Bannister, oddly enough, stan as well. And they were also Lust for Life, no songs whatsoever from Lust for Life. Like, so many criminally, well, overrated but also underrated songs were left of the set list, and I am just wondering why are you doing this? Like, why are you doing this to us? And again, I also am not feeling the country album situation here. I thought it was gonna be a great idea, but also I feel like everyone now is doing it, and she's right for that. Like, she said, like, oh, I announced it, and I saw everyone else doing it, and like, what's the point and all that stuff. I was like, that's a great point, but also, you know damn well you will never be able to like do that specifically, because if you announce an album and you are Lana Del Rey, you will never be able to like surprise everyone like that, because we know damn well you're gonna be not meeting your deadlines, and you're not gonna be able to like, Also, don't announce something that is not sort of almost complete, at least. This album, like, we still don't know anything about it. Like, the cover art changed several times, and haphazardly she made like, a change in one of the songs, one of the singles that came out was clearly a screenshot. Like, you could see a bar, and it's just like low effort, it's just like fucking ridiculous at this point. And again, Bluebird and like what, I mean, come on, cute songs, but nothing outstanding and nothing memorable, I would say. And it's just overall the whole packaging of this whole era is just not it at all. Now, I have to be honest, on a positive note, I guess, Addison Rae performing was so good. I have to be honest, it was so impressed, not only by like the performance, the choreo and everything, but also just like her presence on stage, and like her also I think the album live sounds incredible. Like, it's such a performance heavy album, like very fun, very very interesting, and I could see why Lana would want her to be one of the openers for the tour. And I am also at the same time disappointed to say that she left a better impression than Lana. Lana was ethereal as usual. She looks incredible. She also has an incredible stage presence, but the staging, the, you know, very low effort to put into any of these just make it fall flat. Like, and it makes you wonder, like, why are you putting on like a stage, like a stadium tour if you're not trying to invest and like try to apply your brand to the tour, to the stadium setting in that sense, you know? Like, it's not an arena show or like a private set. It's like a small one or something. Like, try and, exploit the space that you have and do more with it. And she did not do that because she does not give a fuck. I think, and it seems like it at least. So, but I do feel satisfied from certain songs. Like, I really did enjoy the Born to Die performances. I would have loved to actually hear her sing Arcadia live, and we got instead like a bloody hologram or like a video of her in a window, whatever that was. So, yeah, I mean, I still left the arena like being mesmerized by her because Lana has that star, like, Hollywood star, like all Hollywood image. Um, but yeah, I would not see her again live. Unfortunately, I think that's my take away from this, that unless I can actually tangibly see a change in the way she's sets out the tour and like has the full set list reworked and everything else, I would not see her live because I'm pretty sure this is going to be the same. Like, I saw her performances before, and this is the same set that she did for the past 3 years. And it's so embarrassing because what the fuck? Like, you have so much material that you could choose from, and so many songs that have gone viral on TikTok and have been streamed to death on Spotify and have sold thousands and thousands and thousands and millions of copies. So why are we still doing the same shit? Bring in the new girls. Bring in, and not even the new girls. Bring in the girls from your previous album. Bring in the songs that other songs that made you famous. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And also, again, with the breadth of songs that she has, she could literally copy Taylor Swift into like a surprise song situation where she could pick a random song and perform it live for each show. Like, she could literally do that because she has so many songs. So I don't get it. I don't get it. We had the gift, I guess, from her that she like performing Venice Bitch, but whatever. I think I found it more exciting her performing on stage Diet Pepsi with Addison Rae. Like, she brought her out again at the end of the show and she sang Diet Pepsi again with Lana. Lana also singing it. That was very, very cute. And then they proceeded to do another cover of a song, a country song or something. So, are you going for country or are you not going for country? And if you are, why are you giving us covers instead of giving us the actual album with your original songs? I'm sorry, like, that doesn't make fucking sense. Sorry, I'm getting enraged here. I'm getting very, very pissed. It just, because I think most of it is just like you can see from afar how easy it is to fix the album, like the performance itself. Also, again, she has a very low bar to clear because Lana Del Rey is, and this is also another point I wanted to bring, that I'm not asking her to perform like choreo or do whatever or do crazy costume changes. This is Lana Del Rey. Her forte is not that. Her forte is just her face card, her image, and her singing. And so again, the bar is very low to clear. Like, you literally don't have to do much. You just need to include more songs and actually look like you want to be on a stage and be more active on the stage itself. Like, try and actually, perform instead of just, going backstage every 2 seconds and performing covers. Like, just look at least a bit more excited and more engaged. And again, if this is a sign that she's not wanting to do this anymore and she's like, tired of it, then just, don't commit to a stadium tour if you're not. I'm actually scared that she's going to like cancel the tour. The tour for the other people, for the other dates that she's announced, because she actually literally seems like she just doesn't want to do this tour, and I don't understand why you embarked on one. Is it just a cash grab? Did you just want money? I don't think you necessarily need the money because your records sell regardless. But like, what is it then? What's the problem? What's the issue here? I really don't get it, but it is what it is, I guess. I will not be going to see her live again unless, again, as I said, she really reworks her live performance skills and all that stuff. So, but I did. Again, I'm very pleased that I saw at least Addison Rae. Very, very impressed by her, and I think she has a bright future ahead of her. And very excited to see what she does next. Yeah. So that's that. Now, songs of the week, because now, yes, I've decided that songs of the week should start. I'll start giving you guys the songs of the week at the end of the episode. So just to keep it focused a bit more, like I can just do the story first, and actually for people who are interested, they can listen to my songs that I've been listening to at the end of the episode. So yeah, also sorry for the background noises. It's hot as hell, and I need my window to be open, or I will be dying. So yeah. Teehee. Now, what songs? Oh, this is by the way, is this the first July episode that I'm doing? It is. I think it is. It is. So these songs will be going to the new playlist of the month, which is the overshare pamphlet, songs of the week dash whatever month we're in. So this is going to be a July 2025 playlist. What songs do I want to put in here? I do want to put Plastic Box by Jade. Jade, famously from Little Mix. Incredible song. Has a bit of that 80s synth vibe, a bit of that 1999, a bit of that Robin, dancing on my own type of production. And it is sort of like a song about being a fragile lover. Let's just say that. And being always plagued by many second thoughts and afterthoughts and insecurities, and it's a very relatable song, but also very catchy, and like the production a lot. Jade, out of all the solos that came out of Little Mix, seems to be the most persuasive one to me, and literally screams artistic vision and really tells me who in the group was leading the creative side of it all. Actually, I think her and Leanne were the very big, creative forces in that group, and I am so proud of Jade because she's always been my favorite member, actually. So I'm always tuned in for what she does, and I have not been disappointed in her solo journey. So slay. Then I want to include All Over Me by Haim from their newest album, I Quit. And this is a very, very, very interesting track. I like it a lot. A bit more rockish, I would say, than their usual stuff. There's still some acoustic guitar in it, but I think the chorus itself is carried more by an electric riff, and it's so cute and catchy and vibey, and I really like it. I really like that for Haim. I think it's something that actually it reminds me a bit of Gasoline, maybe just a tiny bit, but yeah, maybe a bit of Gasoline, like their song, but very cool stuff. Really, really enjoyed that. Then I do want to include Ankles by Lucy Dacus. I know I'm late. I know I'm late to the party. I love Lucy, but I haven't properly listened to this album for whatever reason. But Ankles, highlight of the century. That song is just such a good song. Such a pure song. Very folky song, I would say. But I just love the instrumental. I just love her voice, or her tone, and everything is just very mesmerizing. And I do love the lyrics of that song so much. I think Lucy Dacus is actually a very underrated singer songwriter, and y'all should pay more attention to her, please. And to continue the strand, I guess I want to get into an R&B song. Hope It's Gotta Be by Nectar Wood. Very, very cute song. I'm not exactly sure who she is. I have never listened to her stuff before, but it is a very, very cute song. I do really enjoyed it a lot. It's more on the like almost jazz adjacent R&B song. I think I would describe it sort of like that. A bit more like bright in terms of sound and everything, and is quite interesting and very catchy again. Very, very catchy. And lastly, I want to put "Laughing" by Marrow. This song was from Trauma Lullabies. The whole album is actually quite good. I think it's recently gaining traction, although it is an album from 2024, I think. Yeah, it is an album from 2024. So, but I do really enjoy this song quite a bit, and I don't know exactly what is it specifically that makes me like the song. Maybe it's the like almost plucky guitar, like uke adjacent production, and his very breathy tone, but I do enjoy it quite a lot. It's very mellow, very downbeat. So if you want something a bit more chill and a bit more slow paced, this is for you, babes. This is for you. So yeah. Also, I do want to briefly talk about one thing. It's not gonna be in the playlist because it's not out, but I did see the new Blackpink song on their live stage because they kicked off their tour, and Jump seems quite the slay, quite this deserve. I really enjoy that. That's a very fast paced song that I was not expecting from Blackpink. Almost very EDM based, but also so like trot inspired for a bit. For like it's just a Korean trot a bit. It's not really Korean trot. Don't get me wrong, but it's just super fast paced and very 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 interesting, like EDM production, and something quite different for them, I think, and I really quite enjoyed it. Even the choreo looks a lot like, something that a trot song could do, I guess, could use, but it's a very, very fun song, and it looks very fun also to dance to, so I really enjoyed it. I think actually it seems to me like a good change of sound, not completely changed, but a good change in their direction, because I think the K-pop listeners have grown not tired, but they've moved away, I guess that's a better word, from the girl crush concept, like that they became very famous for. So they want a bit more, something like a bit more mature, or like a bit more EDM-y, not necessarily like a hard-hitting girl crush situation. So yeah, I'm very excited to actually have it. Please, YG, give it to us, and also give us the album, because what the fuck, we've been waiting. But once it's out properly, like I cannot wait to listen to it, to the proper studio version. So I'm sure it's gonna be even more interesting. And I do expect a music video. Thank you very much. I do want to see that. I want to see something a bit more like club anthemy themed, I guess. I want something like that. Please, 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 please. But yeah, overall, that's that on the songs of the week. You can follow me on every social media you know of. I think I usually put my social media handles in the description of the episode, so you can definitely go and check those out. I'm very active on Instagram, to be fair. Sort of active on Twitter every now and then. I mostly like retweet and sometimes tweet stuff. And yeah. TikTok, I post every now and then, but I mostly use it to repost stuff as well. But you can go and check those out and do whatever you want with it, just slay around. Anyways, that's all for today. Enjoy. Bye.